where we are in regards to tonight's show. Need to have a look and just see what we've got going on. Apologies, we are a little bit delayed. Obviously, we do the Wrestling Escape Pods before NXT, so I probably do need to start setting up these streams for about 5 past or 10 past, just because it's always running over a little bit longer than what I would like. But it's a lot of fun. If you haven't been joining us, make sure that you are jumping over to the Wrestling Escape Pod. As we said, it's the hour before NXT, and it really is fun. It really is a good time. Via is coming. Right, we have got, it says, Saray says, see you soon. James Drake said, tonight we've got grizzled young veterans against the Creeds, one step closer to the Dusty Cup. So we've got that. It's your lucky night, NXT Universe. Tune in to see the main attraction on Sci-Fi. So NXT is on Sci-Fi tonight. So Sci-Fi for NXT. We have also got Bron Breakker and Escobar. They are in a championship summit just ahead of Vengeance Day. LA Knight versus Grayson with the... Oh, hang on. LA Knight versus Grayson's insurance policy, Sanga. So LA Knight against Sanga. He's the Grayson bodyguard. We've got the semifinals, MSK against Idris Enofe and Malik Blades. And then Creed Brothers against the grizzled young veterans. So we've got Mandy Rose against Kaylee Ray as well. We got Tiffany Stratton and the realist Wendy battle for Daddy's credit card. And we've got Saray versus Dakota Kai. Wow, they've actually announced pretty much the whole card here. So Mandy Rose against Kaylee Ray for the title. Tiffany Stratton and the realist Wendy battle for Daddy's credit card. Saray versus Dakota Kai. Bron Breakker and Escobar Championship Summit. LA Knight against Sanga. And then the Dusty semifinals as well. So that's quite a bit of stuff, isn't it? And there's quite a bit of stuff there. Matthew said Mandy Rose versus Kaylee Ray. Mandy will get the dub. Dub for Mandy. It'll be Dub Bandy Rose. So well done to her in advance, because I agree. I think Mandy will win. I think that they're probably going to look to keep Toxic Attraction down in NXT for a bit longer. Someone asked me the other day if I thought that Kaylee Ray might already be on her way to the main roster. And honestly, I don't think she really needs to spend too long in NXT. I think she's pretty well-rounded. She's got a decent character. I think there might even be some gaps on the main roster. I don't think they've replaced Toni Storm. So you've got to think there's probably some openings. I don't know that they will fill anything this side of WrestleMania, but after WrestleMania, we could absolutely see some call-ups. They have actually sent a message out, a tweet out, advertising Raw after WrestleMania as the biggest Raw of the year. So I did send a message out a few weeks back saying, look at this is amazing. It looks like we're going to get those old Raw after WrestleMania kind of type shows again. Because it's been a good few years since we've had a Raw after WrestleMania, like what we would expect because of COVID. Obviously, back in 2020, there was no fans on the Raw after WrestleMania. It was Thunderdome. And then I don't even know if it's Thunderdome. It might have been Performance Center, wasn't it, at the time? I think last year was Thunderdome. 2020 might have been Performance Center, because that would have been after WrestleMania 36. So we didn't have fans. There wasn't like, the Raw after WrestleMania vibe. This year there will be. This is the first year we're going to have a proper Raw after WrestleMania. Kaylee Ray could get called up there. EO could get called up there. And Raquel Gonzalez could get called up there. So they might be saving women, and they might be saving some call-ups for that slot, if you will, for that show. I think that Mandy will retain. today. As I said, I'm in agreement with you, and I think that Kaylee Ray could be on her way to the main roster. I'm hoping that they do away with the blue ropes. It looks bad. Matthew said, Days, who do you have in the women's elimination chamber? I have Liv Morgan. I've probably got Bianca. I think that there's a lot of rumors that they want to do. The rumors were it was going to be Charlotte versus Sasha, and it was going to be Becky versus Bianca. So that's what was reported a little while ago as to what WrestleMania would be this year. That's why I thought Bianca was going to win the Rumble. Obviously didn't factor Ronda coming back. Ronda came back and she ended up winning the Rumble. So now I'm thinking they'll give Bianca the win at Elimination Chamber. And there's already been a bit of talk about Sasha. Sasha Banks has been mentioned by Charlotte. I think it wasn't Sonya in the ring, and Sonya said that she'd heard from Becky, and Becky reported that Ronda had chosen her. So Charlotte was like, okay, well, if I'm not going to face Ronda, I'll face Sasha Banks then. So she did actually name Sasha Banks as the person she wanted to face. Ronda came out and said, I'll speak for myself, thank you. I want to face Charlotte. I think Sasha Banks now is going to turn around and say, hang on, I was already announced as Charlotte's opponent. She already chose me before Ronda came down to the ring, so you better put me in that match. So I can definitely see it being Charlotte, Sasha, Ronda. And I think that the other match will go the way that it's meant to, and that was Becky versus Bianca. I think we still need a little bit of closure from what happened at SummerSlam. So, Becky came back. She won in 20-odd seconds against Bianca. I think that's the story they're probably going to want to continue to tell, rather than pull the trigger on Liv or pull the trigger on, like, some other girl. I think it'll be Bianca that goes through. But I don't know. I mean, look, they can go in a few different directions. They don't have to go that way. But we'll have to see. Henry said, how is your sleep schedule? My sleep schedule's all right. Yeah, I mean, I make sure that I get 7 hours every day. So I've actually built in that I get sleep. So I'm doing wrestling, then I'm doing Winter Olympics, then I'm sleeping, then I'm up to do football and wrestling and more Winter Olympics, like straight after this. So NXT will finish in, 2 hours, 45 minutes from now. And then we will do Winter Olympics. So we will be around tonight to do a bit of Winter Olympics. I actually don't know what we've got tonight, but we will do a good few hours tonight. I mean, we could be looking like 5-6 hours of Winter Olympics tonight. I am aware that by the time we get, like, so far, people tend to, say goodnight and whatever. But even so, we should be able to get a good few hours in of Winter Olympic action, and we'll have to see what there is. There's some really good stuff. I love watching it. I really enjoy watching it. So if you are enjoying the Winter Olympics or watching the Winter Olympics, come and join us over on the Football Days channel, because, as we said, we're covering it every night. We did 12 hours of Winter Olympics the other day. Last night, I think we did about 5 or 6 hours. And as we said, we'll probably look to do roughly about the same again tonight. So, yeah, it's going well. It's good. I'm really enjoying it. Retribution said, Man United suck. They were the only team not to win on my parlay, and they cost me 315. Well, they do suck. They do suck. Who would you prefer, Mandy Rose or Liv Morgan? What app, buddy? What app? If it's like who would I prefer as champion, I would probably prefer... I think Liv might be a little bit better in the ring. I think Mandy is a better promo. So maybe I would go Mandy. Maybe I would go Mandy because I think there's not much between them. as I said, I would probably say Liv's better in the ring now than Mandy, but I would say that Mandy is definitely a better promo than Liv. Liv, it just feels like she's she's about to cry all the time, and she gets very emotional, and kind of with Mandy, I feel like she's a competitor. She feels more serious. Plus also, I think the big thing that swings it is that she's in Toxic Attraction. So you kind of feel like with Mandy, you've got a couple of girls that she's kind of working with. She can help bring them along. With Liv, she's just kind of on her own. So I think with Mandy, you're getting Toxic Attraction as well. And I'm not a fan of Toxic Attraction. I don't find them that interesting or get engaging. But I do think that she can cut a promo. And I do think there is some talent there. And I do think that it's good that they're bringing through like Priscilla Kelly or Gigi Dolin, as she's known. And what's the other one? Jacey Jayne. Like, it's good to see those women coming through. And they could go on to other things, of course. So at the moment, they're just kind of, learning, cutting their teeth. Learning the WWE way. And, they could be like the new Riot Squad, the new Absolution, the new women's faction that gets called up, kind of takes the main roster by storm. So I suppose in that regard, I am intrigued to see how they book them. It's just I'm not really a Toxic Attraction fan. But then I'm not really a Liv Morgan fan either, so it doesn't really bother me, which, if I had to choose, I'd probably put it on Mandy for the reasons I just said. Does Liv not have Sarah Logan anymore again? I don't think so. If she did, then that would be something that would very much intrigue me. But I don't think so. I mean, this is the second week now. We're in week 2 after Royal Rumble. And I thought we was going to see Sarah Logan last week at some point. We didn't. And then, unless we see her this week, I've got to think that not. I mean, Liv is going into the Elimination Chamber on her own. I thought they might now put her with Sarah Logan and do some tag stuff. But instead, we haven't seen Sarah Logan since the Rumble. And we haven't seen, and Liv's going into the Elimination Chamber. So kind of says to me that they're not back together. Which makes the booking very unusual. Like, why did the Bellas eliminate Liv and Sarah Logan and then do the because there was no payback? So I don't really get it. I don't really get that at all. I honestly thought that would probably lead to Liv and Sarah versus the Bellas, and we would have a match to see who was the best team. But there's been no follow-up to it, so that doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't get why the Bellas would do that. Why the Bellas would dump out 2 younger stars, one of which is an up-and-coming, and do, and there'd be no follow-up to it. So I'm sure they could go back to it at some point in the future and use that as, if they do want to tell that story at some point, we're going to have this match, because don't forget, I haven't forgot about the 2022 Royal Rumble. But, yeah, it's just a bit weird, wasn't it? Matthew said, Liv be taking L's left and right. Yep. But that doesn't mean that I would put the title on her just because she's taking losses everywhere at the moment. Right now, this side of WrestleMania, I don't think they see anything in her. I think she's someone that they obviously have got an interest in, because they cut both the other members of the Riot Squad. They didn't cut Liv. So they clearly see something in her. And I think probably they think she's quite marketable. They ain't kept her for her promos. And her wrestling is not that exceptional. I mean, it's fine, but it's not like she's one of the great in-ring competitors. So, to be honest, I think they've kept her largely for her looks and because she's very marketable. But I'm not down on her because she can wrestle as well. So she can do some stuff in the ring. But, she ain't someone that she ain't someone that I care about. She's not someone that's on my radar. She's someone that I think will have some success, but I think largely, certainly this side of WrestleMania in particular, is going to have to play second fiddle in the short term and kind of wait her time again. So, she got that title match at day one. I thought that match went well, actually. But I don't think, for whatever reason, Vince seems totally convinced to get behind her. And I don't know why, because he got behind Bianca, and he got behind, he sort of got behind Rhea Ripley. Even that's kind of settled down a little bit. But he just hasn't really ever got behind Liv, apart from the fact she's still got a job. And honestly, that's quite a bit in it. There's a lot of people that don't have jobs. Neither of the other members of the Riot Squad are still with WWE, so they must see something in her. LSW said, I think Gigi is the best wrestler in Toxic Attraction. I wouldn't mind if they had her turn face or a tweener and break her away from Toxic Attraction. Dave, didn't get around to answering my question on the web. I did. I said I wouldn't do it. I don't remember Bayley cashing in on Becky. I believe it happened, but to me, they didn't keep the belts on Becky very long. It's not something that I think WWE have got much of an appetite to do. I mean, I can't see Roman walking around with two belts being like, the guy that's got both the titles and keeping those titles for a long time. I think not only would he have to win both belts, but to me, I wouldn't be interested in doing that and then seeing him lose one of the titles or both of the titles like shortly after. I think if you're going to do it, then he's got to be the man for the next, 18 months or so. I'm not really interested in him having the belts and then losing one at SummerSlam. For me, that just doesn't really cut it. It doesn't feel very prestigious. And Becky feels like the same. I don't remember Becky having both belts for long. And actually, I thought she'd forfeited one. So, yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'm not interested in, these... I wouldn't have two belts unless you're going to unify them and then just have one champion, one belt. Someone walking around with two, I wouldn't do it. I think you've got two champions, one for Raw, one for SmackDown. I can understand why. I think both networks want champions. I think it gives more people opportunity to be a champion and to compete for the titles. I think Roman is brilliant on SmackDown. And, they just need to book the Raw belt better. They just need, what you're doing with Roman is working, so why change it? Everyone loves Roman, so why overexpose him? If he becomes the Raw champion as well and he gets the WWE title, all of a sudden then Roman's going to be on SmackDown and Raw on a regular basis because he's got both belts. So he's going to have to fight off challengers from Raw and SmackDown, which means you're going to spread him really thin. And it means that, potentially there's going to be a lot of weeks where, you see him twice. This has always been a problem with WWE, is that if something's working, they just do more of it. I mean, look at NXT. 1 hour was working, so they took it to 2. Look at Raw. 2 hours was working, so they took it to 3. Now we're saying, Roman's working, so let's give him both belts. No, how about we don't do that? How about we actually get a second story that is really good, really engaging, and we build up a second champion that's as good as what Roman is, and then you can do a match where those two go up against each other. But it doesn't need to be for the belts. I mean, that's what you get at Survivor Series, the two champs going up against each other. But the belts aren't on the line. So I don't mind that. I don't mind two champions and they face each other for bragging rights at Survivor Series. I don't mind that. The only thing I don't like is I wouldn't have the whole rest of the card be that way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have Raw versus SmackDown. I would have feuds. We thought there was going to be Retribution versus WWE Superstars. Retribution versus WWE. That was something we thought could happen. Or the 4 Horsewomen versus the MMA 4 Horsewomen. I'd be doing them matches. But your main event could always be your champion versus your champion. Your Raw versus your SmackDown. But yeah, I wouldn't put 2 belts on someone. I just don't. That doesn't really make someone an even bigger star in my mind. I just think they are, a champion of their own brand, and that's good. That's good enough for me. Liv couldn't win tag titles with Ruby. Same with Money in the Bank, Queen's Crown. 2 title opportunities, Rumble, Elimination Chamber. How many will pass her by? Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because it doesn't matter how many pass her by because she's so young. So even if she's not getting these opportunities now, and things are passing her by, it will only be a bigger deal when one lands. Do you know what I mean? Like when she finally gets that first one, and she finally gets that first opportunity and that first title, she will then, be up and running. So I think that it doesn't really matter if the Elimination Chamber passes her by. I think for me, I've already sort of accepted that she's not a part of the picture this side of WrestleMania. So I'm looking at Money in the Bank. I'm looking at Queen's Crown again later in the year. And if she isn't successful there, then I'd be looking at Royal Rumble next year. I think she is in a good place whereby these things are coming around and she is a bona fide viable option to win them. I mean, when we get to Money in the Bank, she will be a name that people will have as a favourite to win it. When we get to Queen's Crown, she will be a name that people will have as favourite to win it. When we get back round to next year's Royal Rumble, she will be in the names of people that are favourites to win it. So I think she's in a really good place. If when you're getting round to these things, she is a favourite to win these things, I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that, other than she starts winning some of them. And I think we will get there with her eventually. She's still really, really young. I mean, she still could have a 20-year career ahead of her. So this is why it's just not a problem. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I understand why Liv fans are impatient because you never know with WWE. I mean, she could get released at any point. You just don't know. So I can understand Liv fans wanting to see her be successful before who knows what happens, or some other girl comes along and takes another spot away from her, another opportunity away, because, like now Ronda's come along, so that means Liv is even further down the pecking order. So I can understand it. I can understand why Liv fans are getting impatient, but I just think for me, big picture is, she's clearly liked, she's around, she's used a lot, she's favourites for all these things she's going into. And she will start putting it together eventually. They will start investing in her eventually. But just now, for whatever reason, not the right time. They've got other stories they want to tell, which I can understand when you bring back the likes of Ronda, investing in Ronda instead. Like, I can understand that. Taboy said, did you know that I'm a Liv fan? I am aware, yes. By the way, it was Becky, Charlotte, Lacey with distraction. Charlotte beat Becky for the title, then Bayley cashed in. Charlotte beat Becky for the title, then Bayley cashed in. It's funny because, it must be that Becky was talking about the Raw title. I remember Becky saying that she hadn't been beaten since WrestleMania 35. But, she must have been beaten to have lost the SmackDown one. So when she made that comment, she must have just been referring to the Raw title, that she hadn't been beaten for the Raw title since WrestleMania 35. Because obviously that one, I know that she gave it up to have the baby. But, it was interesting. When we was doing Wrestling Escape Pod, I genuinely couldn't remember. And to be perfectly honest, I still can't remember a cash-in and Becky losing the second title and all that kind of stuff. So don't know why. I definitely would have watched it. Definitely, probably streamed it, in all fairness. But in fact, WrestleMania 35, I think we did. I think we did stream it, and there's probably episodes that we did of them Raws and everything. But don't know. It's been a lifetime since then. Ethan said, "What are your thoughts on Tony Khan's announcement tomorrow?" I don't know, to be honest, but I mean, I think that we'll just wait and see. It's going to be someone that used to be in WWE. There's obviously lots of rumors out there. The name apparently is going to come out if it hasn't already come out. I'm not really bothered about finding out who it is. I would much rather just watch and be surprised. I know there's lots of speculation. As we said, I think Sean Ross Sapp has actually reported who the name is, but it's behind a paywall. But, I mean, you give that a few hours and it'll be everywhere if it's not everywhere now already. So, you know, I'm just going to watch and see. It's not something that I'm really, if I'm going to be honest, it's not something I'm massively excited about, because if it's Keith Lee, then brilliant. You know, he deserves it. I'm pleased for him. If it's Jeff Hardy, well, I mean, to be honest, I expect that. I expect Jeff to go to AEW so that he can team up with Matt. So if they bring in Jeff, it's only to be expected. If they've gone and got Keith Lee, well, that's great. I'm really pleased for Keith Lee. That's the one that I suppose I hope it's going to be, because I want, you know, Keith's an incredible wrestler, and I'd love to see him get, like, you know, I don't want him to see him get finished with wrestling. I want to see him continue to be a wrestler, and he's got a good size to him, and he's really likable. And so I suppose in a way that's the one that I'm hoping it's going to be. But yeah, I'm guessing it's an ex-WWE superstar. And we'll see. We'll see who it is they've got. We'll find out tomorrow. But I think that, you know, social media can take a lot of the fun away from things. I think it's all well and good going, who do you think is going to be, and having that conversation. But it's just like, it becomes... It gets a bit blown out of proportion, if that makes sense. Like, I think everyone's focus is just who is the surprise going to be. Wrestling seems to have just become about surprises now. Like, who's going to be the mystery person here, and who's going to be the person that shows up there, and I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit burnt out from it all, because we've had so much of that over the years, that I do find myself sometimes just going like, not really fussed now. I just want to see. We'll see who it is. I hope it's Keith Lee, but it's just never ending, isn't it? There's always just who, like, even at Elimination Chamber. So we just went through like who are going to be the surprises at the Royal Rumble. Now we've got who's going to be the surprise on Wednesday. Then we've got who's going to be the surprise in the Elimination Chamber. It just never stops. Who's the surprise here? Who's the surprise there? Who's the surprise there? So yeah, I think I've got to the point now where I'm just going to wait and see. We'll see who it is. Let's Bliss Gamer said, Veer is coming. Veer is coming. Matthew said, at least Liv is progressing. I'm hoping she will win a title in the near future. Yeah, I agree with that. She's absolutely progressing. I think that I was quite down on her when she first came up, because she did not look ready to me. And I know they put her in the Riot squad so that she could be a bit protected and she wasn't as exposed, because it wasn't like she was having solo matches. She was just in the Riot squad, so, you know, Ruby could take a weight of the match and Sarah Logan could do quite a bit of the matches. And, you know, that would allow Liv to get in there and do some kind of on-the-job learning. But it just felt like, I don't know, it felt too soon to be calling her up. She never achieved anything in NXT. I don't think she was ever on a takeover. She certainly never had a match for the NXT Championship. She certainly was never NXT champion. It just kind of felt like she was a little bit like Aaliyah in a way, but I know that Aaliyah has been in NXT for a long time, whereas Liv just seemed to be moved quite quickly. So I think she had to spend, you know, a good couple of years really learning and getting used to being on the main roster. And they've gone very slow with Liv Morgan. Very, very slow. They've really taken their time with her. Apart from in NXT, when I think they rushed her. They rushed her in NXT, but since they've called her up, they've gone really slow with her. And I think people are wanting them to move now. But, I mean, the signs are good. She competed for the title at day one. So, you know, she had a title match at day one. And she had a little feud with Becky. And I'm sure she'll get back there again very, very soon. But I just, don't see it being this side of WrestleMania. James said, I just had a thought. Could it possibly be Dalton Castle? On what? Wednesday? For the surprise on Wednesday? I mean, the way that Tony Khan's talking, I'm thinking it's someone from WWE, to be honest. I'm thinking it's someone that's, you know, the way he's talking of slamming that door behind him. I'm thinking it's like an ex-WWE person. Michael said, I'm going to go to AEW tomorrow. Have fun. Aseeb said, in the current wrestling world, other than Wyndham, is there anyone that you'd be excited for AEW getting? I don't think so. I mean, I suppose if they were to get AJ Lee, I'd be very excited. I liked Keith Lee. I liked him in NXT, but Keith Lee wouldn't be someone that would now... I don't know. Keith Lee is someone that I respect and I would like to see have a job. He is someone that I think could be great, but I do look at like some of the Aleister Black booking. I do look at the Miro booking. I do look at some of the booking in AEW, and I'm not massively impressed with what I see. You look at Andrade. Look at Andrade. Look at Miro. Miro had a nice little run with the title, but it's not been a stellar run. So I don't know if they brought in Keith Lee that he would have an amazing, run in AEW either. I kind of feel like he'll get brought in, there'll be a lot of hype, and then he'll have to play second fiddle to Cody and Sammy and Darby, and I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if I'd have the confidence that they would book Keith Lee well. And it's not a knock of AEW, because obviously he was not booked well in WWE. So this is not WWE versus AEW. He hasn't been booked well in WWE at all, apart from he was booked quite well in NXT. But they would do a better job than what WWE did on the main roster. No denying about that. So, as I said, this isn't WWE AEW, but I'm just making the point of, if I felt that he was going to get brought in and he was going to look like a world star and he was going to look like a killer and he was going to be booked to the moon and, he was going to run through people and he was going to have great music and he was going to have great gear and he's going to be a badass, or he's going to, he's going to be the Keith Lee that we know and love, and he's going to be like in NXT but better. If we thought it was going to go that way, then I might get excited. But I do look at Malachi, and I do look at Miro, and I do look at Andrade, and I do look at some of those people like Lance Archer, Brian Cage. You can really go down a list of people where you go, I don't think the booking's been brilliant for them, and I don't know that the booking would be brilliant for Keith Lee. So we'd have to see. But I hope it is him, and I hope he gets a job, and I hope he gets to do what he loves and what he's very, very good at, and that is professional wrestling. Jim said, I would think that Jeff would debut after Matt got kicked out of the AHFO. Do you think Dolph Ziggler will be on NXT tonight? I don't think so. He could be. I haven't seen any more teasers, but there was a little tease from Dolph Ziggler the other week where he kind of said that he'd be interested in paying Bron Breakker a visit. But I think Bron Breakker at the moment is very much focused on his match with Santos Escobar. So Dolph Ziggler might just get in the way a little bit. We're building to Vengeance Day. So Dolph Ziggler, I think, would just be a distraction. If he's going to come in, it might have to be after Vengeance Day. And so then we can, do a little something then. But right now, I think Dolph would just get in the way. Do you think AEW have a Hall of Fame someday? I hope so. Chris Jericho should be the first Hall of Famer if they have one. Of course, Sting. I would also like to see an honorary Owen Hart. That's cool. I would be tempted to put Brody in first. I think that Brody as the first one in is... it's such an emotional moment, and I kind of think that the first one in is... Everyone knows the first person in the WWE Hall of Fame was Andre the Giant, and that really sends a message. It makes a statement that, the first person in was Andre. I think the first person in is very, very important. And if it was Jericho, I think that would be great. I think that would be fine. I wouldn't have an issue with that. Makes perfect sense. He is a legend. But equally, I think because of the tragedy, Brody could be the first one in as well. But yeah, I think they should. I think, and I think they will, in all fairness. It looks like Keith has some sad fans on the internet have a picture of Mia put up today with Keith on a honeymoon. People have found the same picture from a few years ago. It looks like Keith has some sad fans on the internet looking at a picture of Mia today with Keith on a honeymoon. I don't understand that. So they've put a picture up today, claiming it's from today, but the picture is from a few years ago. Who cares? That would be my answer. Who cares? Who cares what they're doing in their personal lives? People are weird. Do you think it might be Edge Owens at WrestleMania? It feels more likely to be Seth Owens because there's clearly a story being told there at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe Seth versus Owens, but who knows? I mean, Edge is surely going to have a big match at WrestleMania. My sources told me the number one person that's going to show up surprise tomorrow. Do you want to know who it is? Not really, to be honest. I would rather, if possible, try to not know. But if there's, I don't know that that's going to be possible. But if I can try to not know, I'm going to try to not know. Seeb said, I'd prefer AEW to stop bringing people in and work with what they've got. It's just getting a bit bloated. They don't know what to do with most people. Just bringing people in if it makes sense, like Jeff. I agree with that. I think that it's getting a bit bloated as well. But I think that if they're saying goodbye to people as well, like we've heard that Joey Janela's contract's not going to be renewed. We've heard that Marco Stunt's contract's not going to be renewed. There's a few contracts coming out. I think Sonny Kisses is not renewed. I think Peter Avalon has gone. So there's definitely people that they're starting to say goodbye to. And so if it's a case that you can say goodbye to them, free up some roster space, and then bring people in, then I agree. But it probably does feel like numbers-wise, they've probably got what they need. Now they just need to maybe improve the talent, if you will. So, yeah. If they can part with ways with some people, then that would be good. How long is UFC on Saturday? No idea, Tony. I can tell you that it looks like it's about 15 fights. UFC this weekend is monster. UFC 271, a massive main event with Israel Adesanya in action. So it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a long one. It's really, my full focus is on that. Those streams, I mean, we do so many streams and we do so much stuff, but the channels survive on those big, pay-per-views, and it's so important that really my full focus has to be on UFC 271. So I don't know. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a real long one. I don't think there's any Winter Olympics for us that night because I think the main card starts at 1 a.m. UK time and probably runs. In fact, the main card might even start 3 a.m. and probably runs till about 6 or 7 in the morning. So it's a big one. LSW said AEW have a cycle. They sign someone, give them a decent-sized match, then put them back down in the cards. Daniel said, I don't know where this information has come, that Sean Ross Sapp's got the answer behind a paywall. The most recent thing he said is that the talent they think is Keith, but there's no confirmation. Okay. It was mentioned on someone mentioned it on the football stream earlier, I believe. I can't remember who, but I mean, look, I would love for that to not be the case. I'd love for it to be the case where people don't know who it is, but and we just properly get surprised by it. My hope is Keith Lee. That would be my hope. But I mean, it could be Carrion. It could be an outside chance that it's Jeff Hardy. I've seen a few people saying that it could be Samoa Joe. So yeah, there's a few people that it could be. I think Keith would have to be the favourite. Matthew said, who do you have winning out of Mandy Rose or Kaylee Ray? Probably Mandy Rose. I think at the moment they are fully behind Toxic Attraction. So I think it would be Mandy Rose that gets the victory. Tony, shout out to you. 50-50, shout out to you. Says, gotta go, see you tomorrow. Boris and Doink will be on Dynamite. Dave said, I have it. I know who's showing up. It's a wrestler. Bum, bum, bum. Dave, I hope you're well. Astounding Josh says, will you wear 2 different shoes and show the camera? No. Sam said, I would miss you and Edward. I wouldn't have anyone to stalk. Sam is a stalker. That is confirmed. Stalker Sam in the house. Stalker Sam, a.k.a. Other Mother. And actually, James Chadwick has responded to Stalker Sam, saying, you can stalk me any day. This is all getting a little bit kinky. It's all getting a little bit flirty. I don't mind that. It's just not really the primary purpose of the chat, but I'm definitely here for it. So we do have love in the chat right now. We do have flirting in the chat right now. And it's all getting a little bit hot, a little bit steamy, a little bit sexy on this WWE NXT stream. But that's what you come to expect. That is what you come to demand. And that's what we aim to deliver. And that's exactly what we've got. Daniel said, I saw the comment. I looked at Sean Ross Sapp's recent tweet. Up here hasn't confirmed anything. The most recent thing I said was the impression was that, and it was behind a paywall. Kinky in the chat. It's getting kinky in the chat. I will give it away right now. It's going to be Little Mean Kathleen, said Erasure Minds. I hope so. Listen, any girl that shops at Savers has got my heart for life. Sam is now stalking me. It's all kicking off right now. Tony said, Kinky Boots Cross. Keegan is into it. Keegan's a fan. It's Valentine's Day coming soon, just like Via. Oh, man, imagine if we could get a video where we just get that same girl to say, like, different things that are coming soon. Christmas is coming soon. Easter is coming soon. That would be brilliant. Matthew said, best Paige match. Mine is her debut. She looked good. Best Paige match. Maybe the most important would be her and Emma. I think her and Emma actually is a match that it gets a lot of talk. I don't know if it was her best. She had some great ones with AJ. That one in her debut was quite short, wasn't it? But it was very impactful, and the crowd were red hot because that was on a Raw after WrestleMania. When she came out to congratulate AJ for winning I think it was at WrestleMania 30. She came out to congratulate her for winning there. And AJ was like, well, seeing as you're here, how about I give you a beating? And they have a match and Paige wins and she becomes the new Divas champion. So very first night and she wins the Divas championship. So yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing you get from like the Raw after WrestleMania type shows, those kind of moments. It was a great moment. I mean, moment-wise, there was no moment she was part of bigger than that for me. But her match in NXT, where she faces Emma in the final to crown the first women's champion, I mean, that is huge. That is absolutely huge. To actually, become the first women's NXT champ and beat Emma in that final. I would say that was a big moment. The match is really good as well. Both of them could wrestle, really good. Emma never really got like much opportunity on the main roster. She had to do the dun 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 dun. She had to do the dancing, didn't she? I think she was with Santina Morella, and she was just like a dancing girl. And then she went back down. She became a heel. They called her back up, and she had a little bit of a run, but it didn't really work. Then they tried the whole Emelina thing, and well, that was it. She was dead. Done. Let go. And that was that. So I felt sorry for Emma. Have you got AJ winning the US title next week? Potentially him defending it against Edge at Mania, and Priest could find himself on the sidelines. That would be good. I'd be down for that. I mean, have I got AJ winning? Haven't really thought about it, to be honest, but that would be good. I mean, he has beaten Priest. I think if I was to bet, I'd say Priest will probably retain. I kind of feel that AJ might be working with him to kind of give him a good opponent and build him up a little bit, give him some good matches. So maybe they're working together to try and do that, but I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I can definitely see him winning and then going on to defend against Edge at Mania. I think that would be a great scenario. But it's probably as likely that he ends up just having like a match with Damian Priest and taking the loss to Damian Priest. I mean, Edge AJ doesn't need to be for the title. You don't have to have the US title involved in that to book that match. So we could still get to Edge AJ without like the US title being involved. Maybe Damian Priest just goes to WrestleMania and defends against someone else. So I'd probably lean towards AJ losing next week, but that's certainly far from guaranteed. It could go the way that you say. What is the opposite of a croissant? A happy uncle. It feels like they are ready to move on from Priest, says Shola. I am listening from Rhode Island, says Little Rhodey. 52, a.k.a. Anna. Anna, shout out to you. I hope you are well. Little Rhodey. That's good. That's cool. I like it. Good profile name. Matthew says, I'd say that Mandy Rose is gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I would say that Mandy Rose is an average wrestler. That's what I would say. Jeffrey says WWE Capital Punishment 2022. I don't know what that is about. I don't see them bringing that back. That was was that a one-off show? I can't remember them doing another one. I remember the poster had like a drawing of, was it John Cena trying to separate Obama and George Bush? I know it sounds like a fever dream. But I'm sure Obama was on the poster to that. And the stage looked like the White House. You know, like how stages are dull now. I wonder if I can find a picture of that stage, actually. I'm going to see if I can. Capital Punishment. Definitely going to put WWE, because if I don't put WWE, I don't want to think about... Oh, it's not Obama trying to fight George Bush. It's actually Obama keeping Ray and Cena apart. Such a rubbish poster. Such a rubbish poster. Let me find it. Download. That was it. That was the poster for Capital Punishment. Look at that. A drawn Obama. Trying to keep Ray and Sid. I mean, like, I don't even look at that, and I don't look at that and think, oh, I want to see that. I want to watch that show. That does not do anything for me. So yeah, that's a pretty poor poster in my opinion. So Ray and John Cena being kept apart by Obama on the lawn of the White House. Pretty wild, isn't it? And the set. Have we got like a picture of the actual set? Is that the actual set? That's the actual set. Can't find a great picture of it, to be honest. That's probably the best that I can find. Yeah, if you've never seen it, this is the picture of the actual set. I think, didn't they even advertise Obama would be there, and then they brought out this fake impersonator. So that's what they did. Look, I mean, in all fairness, It looks really great. Like, it's just TV screens, but they made it look like the White House. It had the sign in the middle, like the Titantron in the middle, but it had the dome on the top and everything. So, yeah, that was a very interesting stage that they did with all flags on the top of it, and the way it kind of was laid out it did look very, very good. And that dome on the top looked really good. Once the screens were all like the White House, it did kind of have that feel to it. So it was a very good staging. I can't remember. I can only remember that one. I don't know if they ever did another. Is WWE and Impact a Forbidden Door over? No. Will any Impact come to WWE, or will it just not happen? Won't happen. I'll be mad if not, because we were promised a Forbidden Door. Who promised you a Forbidden Door? I mean, I don't know who promised you a Forbidden Door, but Mickie James being at the Rumble is a Forbidden Door. So, you know, she is a current Impact superstar. Not only is she a current Impact superstar, she is their champion, female champion. And not only that, she walked out with the belt at the Royal Rumble, which I was not expecting. So, you definitely had a Forbidden Door at the Royal Rumble. You know, Mickie James there's no denying, she is absolutely a Forbidden Door person. But there won't be any more follow-up on that. Wrestle with Andy said, what was your favourite wrestling set ever? Wrestle with Andy, hello. Favourite wrestling set ever? I probably like some of them King of the Ring ones. There was King of the Ring ones, like the electric chair. That was pretty cool. It was just a massive like electric chair, but it was a very stunning visual. I thought that was always a very impressive one. The White House one was fun. It's not my favorite, but it was pretty fun. Isn't it Backlash with the swinging spikes as well? The wrestlers kind of walked in between. It kind of like felt quite industrial and quite dangerous. Like that was always quite fun. Is it Armageddon had some great ones as well? I think there was like a massive like military hill that was done for one of the Armageddons. But I think WrestleMania's had some of the best. I think WrestleMania has had some absolutely incredible ones, like the big giant mask for WrestleMania 34. I mean, that was really impressive. I'm just trying to see if I've got a picture of Armageddon. Still. Armageddon. Don't know. Wow. I mean, there's some here. There's some that are just like all scaffolding and like that's pretty impressive. That one's pretty cool. I mean, I've got an Armageddon one here that was all scaffolding that had a platform at the top of it, which looked. I mean, you just don't get anything like this, do you? I mean, imagine you tune into a WWE pay-per-view and you get a set that looks like that as the entranceway. It's just so visually appealing. I don't know how much they had to pay to design and manufacture these sets, but again, in order to make money, they've just done away with it all, haven't they? So you don't get any of this kind of stuff anymore. But I mean, I think that looks great. Right, we are about to get underway with NXT. Mandy Rose gets it done in the ring. She demands respect. Okay. So we're just seeing a video package about Mandy Rose. There is the Dusty Cup. We've got the semi-finals of the men's Dusty Cup. Still waiting for the women's side to start. Creed brothers are in the ring. Julius and Brutus, the Creed brothers. So, Creed brothers, they are taking on, is it the Grizzled Young Veterans? Yep. Grizzled Young Veterans. Coming out. We've won more matches than you've had hot dinners. Grizzled Young Veterans making their way down. I am absolutely embarrassed that we lost to Newcastle, says Macca Rice. Yeah, I didn't expect it, to be honest. But I thought you would beat Newcastle. Well, I thought it'd be a draw. Matthew said, Mandy Rose said, this is my house and my time. Primo said, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania taking place during the daylight? It's been a while since we last had one. Is it going to be in the daylight, is it? I mean, this year is at Texas, so I imagine that'll be all right. But won't next year be a problem? Because next year's in LA. But I think this year, Texas. We've had WrestleManias in Texas before. I don't like WrestleManias in the daylight. I think it ruins Sting's entrance at WrestleMania 31 when he came out in the daylight. I prefer this ring gear from the Creed brothers. They're just in blue singlets. I think these blue singlets look a little better than the Diamond Mine ones that we've seen them wearing before. Brutus is in there. He's going to be starting with Zach Gibson. Brutus, head scissors. We are underway. I like Creeds. They feel like a proper tag team. Working on the arm of the Grizzled Young Veterans. Down go Grizzled Young Veterans. It's hard to know where the Veterans are going to go, to be honest. I don't know if they're a team that Vince would be that bothered by. He might like them. He might like Zach Gibson's ability to talk, because he can talk. Uppercut. Strike coming back. It's just, Vince doesn't really care about tag wrestling. He'd rather just shove two solo stars together. The veterans getting thrown into each other. I will have nightmares, says Dave. I'm sorry to hear that, Dave. How are you, and have you been enjoying the Olympics? Yeah, it's been good. Olympics have been good. Been enjoying the Olympics. We had some really good action yesterday. We had some snowboard racing, which was a lot of fun. We was putting polls up to see who would win, and the community got it right. The community chose the Austrian guy, and he did go on to win gold. So that was a lot of fun. We also watched USA against Canada in the ice hockey, and it was a great game. So that was really enjoyable. And we watched the curling. We watched Great Britain in the curling, which was awful because they lost. They got battered. Clothesline over the top, duck underneath. But yeah, we've watched quite a bit of it and really enjoyed it. Tell you the other thing I'm enjoying, and I've only just noticed, both the Creed brothers are in a blue singlet. And I think they might even have a little, like, Diamond Mine logo or something on their thighs. I don't know what the logo is on the kind of top of their thighs. I hope it's Diamond Mine. I'm trying to see if I can see it. But I like the fact that Ivy Niall is in a blue top. It's a different shade of blue, though. Brutus to the outside, grabbing Gibson. Chucking Gibson back into the ring. Drake trying to grab the leg of Brutus, who tries to get into the ring. He goes down, he spills to the outside. No timeouts or commercials. Is the first hour free or something? No timeouts or commercials. They've got one of the Creed brothers under the ring. They're going to slingshot him into the ring. So they slingshot the Creed brother into the ring. I think that is a Diamond Mine logo. I think it is. Winter Olympics have been a lot of fun, even if GB has no medals. Very true. You suck, Chance. As one of the Creed brothers was slingshotted into that ring. Why aren't Watch Wrestling showing NXT? I can't watch it now. Are they really not showing it? I wonder why. What is it? Wonder if it's because it's on Sci-Fi or something. Good double team work. Vengeance Day on Sci-Fi next week. Vengeance Day on Sci-Fi next week. I probably need to change the thumbnail for next week. Lee could most definitely turn up. Simply have honeymoon a few weeks prior to the wedding. Show the pictures to throw people off the smell. William says, if we had rain, GB would have all the golds. That's true. What's up? Do you know the matches tonight? I do know the matches. I know them all. I know all the matches. Let's have a look. We have got Bron Breakker against... Oh, Bron Breakker and Santos Escobar in a championship summit. It's like a little face-to-face thing. LA Knight takes on Sanga. MSK versus Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. We've got Creed Brothers against Grizzled Young Veterans. We've got Mandy Rose taking on Kaylee Ray. We've got Tiffany Stratton taking on Wendy Chow. And we've got Sarai against Dakota Kai. That's what we've got. Strike coming in by Gibson. Kick to the side of the head. So Gibson in control at the moment. Raw rating was apparently not as bad as the thought. They did 1.3. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Watch Wrestling has got it on the wrong channel. It's not USA tonight. Unbelievable. Good power here by Brutus and slams down Gibson. Good power by Brutus. When does Mandy Rose fight? I reckon she'll be the main event, won't she? They'll probably do the women as the main event. Brutus in trouble a little bit. So Drake is in there. Brutus trying to get over to make the tag. The tag is made. Strike coming in. I don't know what the other one's called. Sci-Fi is a funny channel name. It's a funny channel. It used to be the Sci-Fi channel. Got a stretch muffler on James Drake. I really want Crystal Young Veterans to win. WWE did them dirty. Strike coming in. Gibson goes in between the ropes. Creed Brothers doing well. Trying to get over as Gibson jumps off the edge of the ring. Back elbow. Crystal Young Veterans are regaining momentum here. Working together. There's holy ship chants. Holy ship chants. Is Mandy Rose and Otis still together? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Here we go. Grizzled young veterans. Doomsday. We haven't seen 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Pretty decent tag match, says Robin. Good match so far, says Jose. I don't know why Raw and NXT is on Sci-Fi. I think it's something to do with the Olympics. I think it's something to do with that being shown on USA instead. Going over to the ropes, and he collides into the ropes as the Creed brother moves out the way. He's trying to crawl over to tag in Brutus. I feel like Creed brothers could get this. Tag's made. Brutus comes in. Gibson's in there. He's still holding onto his chest because he got slingshotted into the underside of that ring. Crowd are very passionate. Crowd are into it. It's a lively crowd. Takedown by Brutus. Heavy shots coming in, coming over, knocking down Drake. Gibson throwing his hands into the neck of Brutus. James Drake with a big strike. And again. Brutus is down. Julius is down. Grizzled young veterans are in control. Tag is made. James Drake going up top. Gibson has grabbed Creed. He gets driven back into the corner. Wow, that's cool. That's nice. One of the Creed brothers had Gibson back against the side. That is great. And it was a great shot as well. Creed brothers working together. Putting Gibson down. Straps are coming down. That was a really good spot. No, the Creed brothers. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Creed brothers win, man. Creed brothers win. The crowd were great there. There was a great spot where Brutus drove Gibson back into the corner. Then Drake went up to the top rope. Julius just quickly ran over, grabbed him, and a massive suplex. You kind of had all 4 people in the corner, but it didn't feel like a set-up spot. It just felt like it just flowed and it worked, and it didn't look silly, or it was really good. And you could see the crowd, like, as soon as they saw them going over to the corner, everyone kind of got up, and yeah, it was really good. It's lovely, that bit. Look, he runs up, steps on the back of Brutus and delivers a lovely superplex. Great double teamwork. Great, really enjoyable match. I thought that was going to be a problem there. When he turned around to his brother and was like, no, I'm going to do this. I thought it was like, oh, they're taking too long. They're taking too long. This is going to be a problem. Creed brothers through to the final where they'll face either MSK or Inoue and Blade. Creed brothers advance to the finals. Is there blood on his face? I think he's got blood on the side of his head as well. That was good. That was really good. Really good. The crowd is really good. Very energetic. The crowd is red hot, says Shola. Boy said, of course, Grizzled Young Veterans lose an amazing match. That's a good start. 16 minutes in. We're just seeing last week Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade. Let's go and win it. Right, we're backstage with Cora Jade. I'm excited to team with Big Mommy Cool. Big Mommy Cool. So, Vanessa Ferraz and Yulisa Leon. Here's Big Mommy Cool. They're talking in Spanish. I don't think Cora Jade understands, but she's just like, mm-hmm. Right. Last week, Wendy Chu. Creed brothers only learnt how to wrestle about 9 months ago, and they're already this good, says Robin. Surely they had an amateur background. I mean, if they've only had 9 months of professional training, I mean, that is crazy. There's Wendy Chu. She's got great facials, hasn't she? She's She throws the credit card away. So here's... so she actually used the stolen credit card live on TV. Tiffany Stratton in the ring. Why are we booing the girl whose credit card got stolen? Why are we booing her? Her credit card was stolen and they used it to buy things? Isn't Wendy Chu the heel? I love it. I love this music. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum bum. Wendy Chu. What's she giving her? What's she giving out? A little teddy bear. Bum. Right, Wendy Chu in the ring. Dun 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 dun. I like the music, man. I don't know why. See, Wendy Chu's come down now. If she has a proper match now, give me my credit card. She ain't got it. Please have a proper match. Please have a proper match. I mean, I know she's a girl in a onesie, but it doesn't really matter what you wrestle in. Just have a proper match. I really want to like Wendy Chu. I want to like her. Take down. The Creed brothers were amateur wrestlers at AKA with Daniel Cormier for years, says Daniel. Her gimmick is someone half asleep wearing pajamas. This is soft. Yeah. She is NXT's Orange Cassidy. But this is all right, man. Single leg drop kick. Wendy Chu back in the corner. Charges over. Big boot. Wendy Chu. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Wendy Chu. got a headlock applied. I don't like that bit. She's got the headlock applied, but there's no grip. She's literally just doing it that way, so it plays into the sleeping thing. Nice suplex. Cartwheel. Oh, collides into Tiffany. Why is it WWE and trains first Braun, now Wendy Choo Choo? Wendy Choo Choo. Kick coming in by Tiffany on Wendy Choo, who's down. Into the corner goes Wendy Choo. Tiffany back in the corner. Tiffany now with some cartwheels collides into Wendy Choo. Wendy Choo slumps down. Nice. Imagine Ric Flair's entrance song was Skyfall by Adele. Why Skyfall? Big splash. 1, 2, 3. Wow, Tiffany beat Wendy. Tiffany beat Wendy? Wow, I thought Wendy would win this, to be honest. I didn't mind that match at all. Couple of moments in it that I would change, but by and large, I thought the match was all right. I think that Wendy... We're seeing Wendy go off behind, selling her... She's blowing kisses. Tiffany wins. Let's go. Daddy's little rich girl. Wendy lost. Wendy lost. Agony. Tiffany broke a nail. Digital. Draco Anthony from last week. I would have said 8, maybe 9. You get extra points for being smart, friendly, caring. No, adds first hour. Carmelo wannabe. Can I just say, 25 minutes in, this is one of the best NXT 2.0s I've seen. Two good matches. I mean, like, the tag match was obviously better, but that last match I thought was pretty decent. Had some nice little moments in it. There's Haaland. Here's Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne in his bruiserweight attire. If there's one thing we know about Tony D'Angelo, it's that he talks way too much. Next week, I finish this where it all started inside a steel cage. Draco Anthony. Whatever, mate. I'm so glad we got the bruiserweight back. I'm so glad the bruiserweight's back. Why have we not got his old music, though? This music's not as good as his old music. The bruiserweights. Pete Dunne. I used to love his old music. His old music was great. I can get down with Pete Dunne being the bruiserweight. I can really get behind that. Cricket bat. Peter. I don't remember his old theme song. Can't sing it. Commercial back. We are at commercial. I'm at commercial. Why is he holding a paddle stick? Well, in all fairness, England are so bad at cricket, we probably do need him. So, Adam said, I am enjoying the show so far. It's brilliant. Yeah, I am, honestly, a quarter of the way through. I've been really down on NXT 2.0 in recent weeks. So, you know, I want to be the first to say that I'm really enjoying this one. I think it's really fun. So, we are just at commercial break here. I don't know if you guys are at commercial break or not, but as I said, we are. Draco Anthony is making his way to the ring. Oh. So you lot aren't at commercial break. Just me. We've got commercials here on BT. NXT is still trash, but this is the best trash I've seen in weeks. Matthew said, what are your thoughts on Billie Kay? I love Billie Kay. I was gutted when she got released. I love her. I love Billie Kay. I think she's funny. I thought that she brought something different to the women's division. Apparently, Kevin Dunn just didn't get her. Just didn't understand what made her so appealing. So, as a result, we parted ways with her, and now she's in Impact as the Impact champions, tag champs with Peyton Royce as the, what are they called? The Inspiration. So, 9 out of 10. Picture in picture. Black and yellow NXT is better. Having entrances in picture in picture is weird. Raquel Gonzalez. Sam, you're leaving. Oh my God. So the relationship between Sam and James Chadwick is over already. It lasted, I think it was about 45 minutes. Which, in fairness, is still probably longer than a lot of my previous relationships. But that's heartbreaking news. That is heartbreaking news. Anthony Henry, FKA Asher Hale, made his debut on AEW Dark. Pete Dunne just broke Hulk Hogan's fingers during commercial. Wow. This show is so confusing. I'm at picture in picture. Oh my goodness. I miss Jessica Mia. Right, we are underway with not Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton. Thank you very much. We are underway with Pete Dunne and Pete Dunne versus Draco Anthony. Boom. It's great seeing Inspiration thriving in Impact. They are such a great team. Carl said the women's snowboard half pipe is about to start. Oh, we got some good stuff tonight. I want to see some of that half pipage. Little bit of snowboarding, half pipage. Jeremy said Tiffany needs to even out her tan. I didn't know Raquel Gonzalez was the stepdaughter of Giant Gonzalez. I didn't know that either. Is she? She's the stepdaughter of the Giant Gonzalez. If that's true, then they really should shout about that a bit more. Kick to the side of the head, and Draco Anthony goes down. Jeremy said, how you feel? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I am looking forward to the Winter Olympics. I must admit, as soon as we're finished here, I really do need to grab something to eat. I haven't actually eaten since... God, I don't even know what time. About 10 o'clock this morning. It's now 1 o'clock in the morning. So I literally woke up and did the Man United match. Then, as soon as Man United finished, I had to set up the Wrestling Escape Pod and get all them videos, like, queued up. And now I've gone straight into this, so... One who I will be about 15 minutes in between NXT and Winter Olympics, because I need to set the stream up, but I'm going to see if I can find some food. I'm going to go foraging in the bins. Pete Dunne stamps down on the arm of Draco. Weird question. Is this the second or the third match? Third match. Third match. Match number 3. I am literally eating just as you said that, says Michael. Just know I'm jealous, Michael. Just know I'm jealous. Right, we've got Pete Dunne working on the hand of the arm of Draco. You watching the Olympics tonight? Yes. It won't be until after NXT is finished, though. Big chop coming in. Chops coming in by Peter. Peter Dunne. Big clothesline by Draco. Pete Dunne back up on his feet, stumbling back to the corner as Draco charges over. Jimmy said, just have a milk slice. Have a milk slice. Ugh. Slam down. 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out by Pete Dunne. There's Gacy and Haaland. Why does Haaland look like a lesbian out of prison? Like, why? Why do I look at him and get those vibes? Top rope insecurity. I mean, that is very stereotypical. And if you are watching this in prison and you are a lesbian, I'm sure you are lovely. So it is no commentary or reflection on you if you are one of those people in prison. But I'm just saying, every time I look at him, I think subconsciously that's what I think about. Kick by Pete Dunne. As Draco goes down. Oh. Here's Tony with a crowbar, and he was trying to smash Pete Dunne with a crowbar. Peter Poppins gets back into the ring. Nice snap German. Lovely snap German. Maybe he is a lesbian out of prison. Maybe. I mean, that would be a wild backstory if that's what it's going to be. Peter Poppins wins. Peter Poppins wins. Tony grabs a hold of Pete. Pete grabs his fingers. He snaps the fingers. This is basically England versus Italy all over again. That's what this is. We need revenge for the Euros. Trash can lid getting chucked in. Chair being thrown in. Another chair being thrown in. Another chair. Another trash can. This guy's Looney Tunes. Tony looked into the crowd. He was like, this guy's Looney Tunes. He's got a toolbox. Hammers and there's the cricket bat. I wonder if it could be an opener for England. We need one. You're going to need more than a crowbar at Vengeance Day. How about we take every weapon we can find, we attach it to the cage, and we have a weaponized steel cage match? What match was that? Wasn't that the Ambrose Asylum match? Wasn't the Ambrose Asylum match a cage that had weapons dangling above it? I think that was an Ambrose Asylum match. He should have... It's not a weaponized cage, but it's an Ambrose Asylum match. NXT. 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 Ambrose Asylum. Ambrose Asylum. Here's Zoe and EO. Why does EO just look bored? Do you remember when EO was a killer? We need to find you a partner. Hard hitting. We need someone just as crazy as you. Okay. Okay. She knows who to ask. LA Knight. LA Knight making his way out. I wonder who will they ask? Who will it be? Who's EO gonna ask? It's gonna be someone in NXT, isn't it? Someone crazy. What woman is crazy that's not in a team already? Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai is crazy, but she's a heel. Is she gonna ask Dakota Kai? LA Knight taking on Sanga. Taking on Sangria. Sanga, you're dead. Yeah, man. LA Knight versus Sanga. Tony said it's going to be Asuka. Goldberg and APA are on the WWE bump at 3 p.m. WWE. 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 She's going to ask you. Oh, could you imagine that if there was a knock on the door? Hello? Yo, hello, how you doing? You got a question? I would love to. I would love to. Yeah, put me down. Do I have to do anything or will you do it all? You'll do it. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, I'll do that. Oh, what do I have to wear? Yeah, all right, go on. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Apparently, I've got to wear a little... see you later, Rio. Yes, just ask me. Apparently, I've got to wear the little tight catsuit thing that she wears. But I'm going to take one for the team, guys, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to break out my moonsault as well. Might give that a go. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. This will be a lot of fun. Guys, I think I've just entered the Women's Dusty Cup. And that's not the first time I've ever said that. Lol. I was thinking, Asuka says, Ryan. Lesbian out of prison. Said, I'm a lesbian that's just out of prison. Can I get hired by NXT? Can you stand like this? I'm guessing you've got sleeves. Tattoo sleeves. If you can stand like that, then yes. You could be part of Gace's lesbian group. Lesbian out of prison. I love that. I love the fact and you know what? I love the fact that you've embraced it so much. It's your username. I have no idea what your profile picture is, but I love the fact you're so proud about that it's actually your profile name. Days, you'd be a good horror podcast guy. Sure. I don't know why. But sure. Via approves. Via is coming. Lesbian out of prison said, I can stand like that. You've got the job. You've got the job. Should we ask the question? I'm going to ask the question. I might regret it, but let's go for it. Lesbian out of prison, what will your finishing move be? I might regret it. What I've done there is I've chucked a ball in the air, yeah? Let's see if lesbian out of prison can... Yeah, we'll see what can come back. So I've chucked one up, and we'll see what comes back. Am I worried about it? Yeah, I'm worried about it. But we'll see what comes back. You need to get a deer head and hang it behind you. Yep. Just like Veer and his dead deer. Oh my God! It's Veer and his dead deer! What pro wrestler would win Squid Game? I say Darby Allin, says Eric. I say... I don't know, would he? I can't see. Would Darby Allin be good at the scratching out thing? Don't know. The Beaver Cleaver. Wow. The girl going down is my finisher. Girl going down? That's a good finisher. The GGD. Girl going down. Oh. Girl going down. That's good. That's good. I like that. Oh. All these clothes won't buy you victories in the ring. Here's Wendy. Here is Sanka. Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man. Sanga, look at that moustache. I love the gloves. Look at the MMA gloves. I love the MMA gloves. I like the top. God, his attire, other than the gloves, that was a bit sexy. He just started. Is this the Braun Strowman replacement? Look at what he's wearing. I expect him to walk into the ring and go, Braun! I like the gloves, though. But just before he got into the ring, he went, with his moustache. Look, it's Sanga Strowman. It's Braun Sangerman. Braun. Ba, 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 ba. They put him in the same. It's his old gear that's knocking around. They've put him in. I'm going to tweet that out. And I am going to be so popular. Sanga Strowman. Is there a picture of Sanga in this gear? Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to take a picture. Oh, it's moving. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Dun, 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 dun. I didn't do it. I thought I could do it. Turns out I'm rubbish. Dun, 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 dun. Taking a picture. None of these images are very good. I've done a rubbish job. I think I've let myself down. Braun Strowman was a level none of these other 6.8 or taller are not at. Girl going down out of nowhere. You'll never be popular. Well, you're absolutely right, because I couldn't get a very good picture. So I've fluffed it up. I found it humorous, and that's just how it's going to stay. I'm pretty sure that the Braun Strowman basic figure had the same pants. Collides into Sanga. Braun 2.0. Braun 2.0. All we need are the train sounds. Choo-choo. Drop kick. 1, 2. Kick out by Sanga. The guy looks like someone from G.I. Joe. Grayson Waller taking off that top protective turnbuckle. Turnbuckle's exposed. Sanga grabs him. Sanga with LA Knight. LA Knight trying to go over, and Sanga goes into the corner. Oh, he's not going to beat Sanga, is he? Oh, God, he beat Sanga? I don't like this. Don't like this. I don't like Sanga losing. Sanga should be a monster, should be a killer, not losing. Now Sanga just looks like an idiot. He looks like a rubbish Braun Strowman. Buried him. Buried him. They've buried Sanga. Sanga, you're dead. Yeah, man. Did you get buried? Yeah, man. Do you know what? He didn't kiss his lucky egg. That's what he didn't do. He didn't kiss his lucky egg. Sanga to Strowman. That's what happens when Via will finally come. Shola said, what a jobber, lol. What a jobber. Jobber Strowman. Jobber Strowman is Sanga. Is Duke Hudson. Indi Hartwell, good luck in that match next week. Bring home the titles. Bron Breakker against Santos Escobar. The NXT Championship Summit, hosted by Wade Barrett, is up next. Up next, we got the NXT Championship Summit. Sanga is a lesbian in real life. Wow. Well, he can't because he's a loser. I don't believe that prison lesbians are going to be losing matches anytime soon. Championship Summit. Have you seen WWE Championship Collection statues? They are little statues with stands in boxes. There's also a book about the superstar worth collecting, says Alex. Yeah, I saw them when they launched. I saw them a few years ago. They look all right. The only problem with them is that I don't know that you're going to get like a deep enough into the like. Will they ever get around to doing a Wendy Richter? Like, you can get a Wendy Richter figure. Will you ever get a Wendy Richter statue? I don't know. Will you ever get maybe they've done a Bruno? I don't know. I haven't seen a Bruno. Will they do a Bruno? Will they do a Buddy Rogers? Well, how deep will it go? If it's just going to be The Rock and The Undertaker and Triple H, I think that's a bit boring for me now. If they do an Adam Bomb, that would be exciting, or a Doink, or a Papa Shango, or, do you know what I mean, a Bull Nakano, but if it's just going to be your standard mass market, Triple H, Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan, Ric Flair, then I get a bit like, nah. That's how I get. What have I missed? Everything. Is it true John Cena won't be at Mania this year? I'm not expecting him. I mean, I can't say 100% he won't be, but he might be doing a film. If Knight lost, then he wouldn't get his match with Waller, says Nelson. Well, they shouldn't book themselves into such a stupid position then, should they? They didn't have to book that. Either way, Sanga shouldn't be losing that match, in my opinion. Diet Strowman, same flavor, same style, no calories. Vince says not all Asians should tag with each other. I don't think that's racist, to be honest. I mean, I would imagine that, EO probably does spend time with any other, like, Asians that are around because communication and language is probably quite difficult for her, what with not speaking English. So just naturally, I would imagine that her friends and the people that she talks to more are probably the likes of Saray and, if Kairi Sane was around or Asuka was around, just from a communication point of view. So I don't think it is a problem to think that they would naturally hang out with each other. Like, if I was abroad and there was a lot of people that didn't speak English, but then there was someone that spoke English, I'd probably hang out with them. And I'd probably, speak English to them. Yes, I'd be trying to learn the language as well. But you probably just do naturally gravitate towards people that way. So I ain't got a problem with that. If she was to go and get Asuka or anything, I don't think that's an issue. But she ain't going to get Asuka. I don't know who she's going to get. They said someone that's, crazy that will push themselves to the limit. And I'm trying to think who that could be that's not already in a team. And Dakota's the name that keeps coming back to my mind. NXT Vengeance Day next week. Right, we've got Legado del Fantasma in the ring. Vin, shout out to you, dudes. Are you angry Ronaldo didn't start? No. We've got Bron Breakker about to make his way down. Legado del Fantasma already in the ring. Here's Bron. Bron in double denim, in a Canadian tuxedo. I think Bron needs a better t-shirt design, to be honest. I think just him on the t-shirt with Bron Breakker underneath is like a fine first t-shirt, but it's not really an identity. I think it'd be really cool if, it was a logo or a catchphrase of his or something, rather than, it looks a real cheap t-shirt. It looks, you can tell it's like my first t-shirt. It's just a picture of him with Bron Breakker underneath. Bron Breakker. Denim Breakker. They're going to get him doing a bit of talking now. Sanga is Braun's brother from another mother. I'm going to beat you, and there's not a damn thing you're going to do about it. Why don't we flip the table over and start fighting right now? We know how these contract signings go. So new, so young, so naive. I'm pulling all the strings. And I've got everything under control. People like Paul Heyman are calling you the future. Oh, Dolph. Wasn't expecting that. I thought that he would get in the way. I thought that they might bring him on, but I didn't expect it until after Vengeance Day. So, yeah, I didn't call this one. Dolph making his way down. He did make a comment about how he might come and pay Bron Breakker a visit after Raw last week. So, did wonder if he'd be on the show last week. He wasn't. And then I thought maybe we'd just moved on or we were going to do it a different time. But Dolph Ziggler's here. Becky Lynch tweeted that Wendy Chu could be in Elimination Chamber for the jokes, says Matthew. Dolph Ziggler's here. How great would it be to see Dolph Ziggler have an amazing NXT match and just remind everyone of what he can do? Nice reaction for Dolph when he came out. Ziggler chance. Has Ziggler been? I can't remember if Ziggler's ever been to NXT. What a night. NXT on Sci-Fi. He's a great talker, isn't he? And he do you know what? He's got that kind of star power, isn't he? I think it might be the excitement of the crowd. Ziggler in NXT. Breaker, well done. You know how to use Twitter. You own or rent a cell phone. Congratulations for that. Apparently I do now. What's this? Thanks, Ace. That's Johnny Ace, isn't it? John Laurinaitis. I got one thing to say. Who the hell are you? Who am I? I'm the NXT champ. That's an amateur hour move. I could list my accolades and it would take up this entire show. Oh, he's going through it. World Heavyweight Champion. Didn't take that long, did it, in all fairness? I think he pretty much just did it. I'm aware that out of 100 matches, 99 might not go my way, but we all know what I can do. I'm down for this. Bron Breakker, Dolph Ziggler. Steal the show chance. Steal the show chance. There's one title I do not. The NXT Championship. Triple threat. Triple threat. Triple threat. The crowd are chanting triple threat. I don't care what they're yelling about. Okay. Ciampa's coming down. Tommaso Ciampa's heard enough. Tommaso Ciampa's heard enough. Ciampa's gonna kill you. Ciampa's gonna kill you. This is fun, man. God, who remembers when NXT was genuinely fun? Here it is. Dolph Ziggler in an NXT ring. What a moment. Fatal 4-way chant. Fatal 4-way chant. Dolph Ziggler as NXT champ. That's a hard pass, says Tommaso. Tommaso grabbing a chair, going right over to Dolph. Leaning into Dolph. Listen, kid. Can I call you kid? I love your spirit. Yeah, finally, Santos Escobar's got something to say here. What are you doing here? You don't go here. Dolph's like, why do I go here? Because he's told to go here, that's why. Thanks, Ace. Thanks for the bonus. It helps Raw last night wasn't very good. That this 2 hours rather than 3. And this is better paced and less fillery than last night. Xavier D said, this is good. If you interrupt me again, you won't be making it to No Vengeance Day. Santa's laughing in the face of... it's a great segment, man. This is a great segment. You said this is your home. The same few Florida people come out and clap like seals. No matter what you do. You think this is your home. Ah, big boot by Tommaso. Tommaso heard enough. Tommaso heard enough. He boots Ziggler. Ziggler goes out the ring. I want Ziggler Tommaso now. I thought I wanted Ziggler Bron Breakker, but turns out I was lying to myself. Legado beating up Bron Breakker. We've got Ziggler and Tommaso going at it on the outside. Big strikes coming in by Tommaso Ciampa. This is great. This is great. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. Strikes coming in. I don't like how Santos Escobar's got his back turned. Santos Escobar turns around and sees that Bron Breakker has just got rid of the other two members of Legado del Fantasma. Escobar charges at Bron, but he gets jumped. He went from babyface to heel just like that, says just Alex. Ciampa, Dolph, the match we never knew we wanted till now. Through the table. Isn't it funny if Tommaso got called up to Raw and he made his debut and then they announced we were getting him against Dolph, we wouldn't be that bothered. But like the build has been brilliant. See you next week, young champion. See you next week, young champion. Yes, that was great. Loved it. Loved it. What do we get with Tommaso and Ziggler? Oh, I mean, do we get that next week? Dolph looked like one of the Bee Gees. The boys said NXT has been great tonight. Hottest angle NXT has had in a while. I didn't want Ciampa versus Ziggler, but now I need Ciampa versus Ziggler. Good thing that Escobar was wearing dark pants moments ago. Look, there's Grayson Waller with Braun Sangerman. LA Knight has broken his restraining order. Next week, LA Knight will be arrested. Why a week? Why is he waiting a week? Next week he's going to be arrested. Why? Next week? Why not tonight? Yay! Sorry! Sorry with her magic necklace. I don't get this bit. I don't get this bit. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Neil Diamond. Yay! She walks through and there she is in her wrestling attire with different coloured hair. Hey, sorry. Saray making her way to the ring. Saray is on stars in their eyes. She swung that bat and almost completely missed those glasses. Schoolgirl Saray. Back in the day, main roster stars appeared on NXT Weekly. Mighty Morphin time. I mean, look, you know me. I'm not a fan of the supernatural stuff. In my mind, I'm thinking that is just part of her entrance. That is a video package they play every week. It's part of her entrance. She doesn't actually walk backstage and then morph and have magic powers. It's just part of, like, you know, it's kind of like how they don't actually sign that Nikki ASH, like they don't shine that into the sky. That's CGI. And we know it's CGI. In my mind, it's a video. They play the video. It's part of her entrance. There's no magic powers. Please stay that way. I don't want to see her starting morphing during matches. So I'm not putting it down. I know you want me to, but I'm not putting it down to the power of the necklace. I'll tell you that for starters. Right, get in your scores. Get in your scores. What do you think of this show? Get in your scores. Get in your scores. Gather your scores. Your halftime scores. Ozzy, shout out to you. One time when I was 4 or 5 years old, my babysitter bought Shrek on Stars using my parents' credit card. That is a random story. That is a random story. Imagine Asuka's return on NXT, the pop she would get. She is a Power Ranger, says Nick. Vin says 3 out of 10. Shakeem says 6. Toonboy says 6.9. Go Power, sorry. Tingling says 7. Alex Bliss Gamer says 7. Trey Gaming says 6.5. Lee says 6. Nick Clark says 4. Best show ever. Marty says 7. Zoom says 7. Brad says 7.5. Zachary with an 8. Blaze Radio said Superpower Saray. Brandon with a 10. Matthew with a 7.5. Cosmo said it's morphin time. Go Power Saray. 6.75 from Big D. Kyle with an 8.5. LS Dub with a 6. Legend Killer with a 6. Tony with a 7. Sonny with a 7. Serge with a 7. Robin with an 8. Future OW with a 7. Craig with an 8.6. BBB Yipsy with a 6.5. John with a 7.28. Much more entertaining than Raw. I agree with that. 1 Minute Wrestler with a 6.75. I didn't think Raw was bad. I gave Raw a 6.5, and I'm perhaps higher than that here. So, yeah. Dakota or Saray get a loss. Didn't Dakota beat the last incarnation of Saray? Yes, but that's a different Saray. That's a Saray that didn't have a necklace. It's a completely different person. She basically beat Saray's sister at this point. It's a completely different person. Hey, Saray. So, Saray versus Dakota. We've still got the Women's Championship match coming up. We need her to flip the locket and a monster come out, says no one ever. Go Saray Ranger out of 10. Either Dakota or Saray get a loss. Didn't... Oh, we read that one. Good show tonight, says Tori. Smile on the face, cackling, laughing on the face of Dakota Kai. She is having a lovely time in that ring right now. She's probably enjoying the show, in all fairness. It's a good show. Lots to enjoy. She's a magic girl. Her power does come from a necklace. It's a Japan thing, kind of like Sailor Moon. Saray Moon. Saray Moon. That's what it is. Saray Moon. Excuse me, I'm Saray. Dakota Kai's kicks never look realistic enough, even with the camera switch, which is a shame. Right, well, Saray is up. She's trying to get the crowd applauding, clapping along. She's going to go up top. Hey, Saray. Missile dropkick to Dakota. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up by Dakota. So, Saray, look at that. Boom. Dakota goes down as Saray goes over, grabs Dakota. Little bit of a botch by Dakota. She couldn't get it first time. She had to go for it a second time. Dakota slams Saray down. Dakota says that was a 3. That was a 3. I don't know what we're doing with Dakota at the moment. I think they're trying to give her a character. I feel like Dakota needs a bit of size to her as well. She's very, like, slim. 1, 2, kick out. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just 2 counts and no joy for either woman. Dakota back in the corner. Big kick to Saray. Dakota going for a big boot and Saray moves out the way. Nice spin kick there by Saray. Dakota Kai down in a seated position as Saray. Oh, man, it's brutal, that, isn't it? That drop kick by Saray is brutal. Slams Dakota down. 1, 2, 3. Saray wins. Dakota might want to stay in NXT because she's allowed to stream on Twitch. NXT has 2 women's matches. pretty much every week, so why can't AEW do it? Why does she look like Alexa Bliss, though? She is channeling that kind of inner Alexa, isn't she? Dakota gets planted down. Sarray wins. Dakota's getting called up as Lily. A statement win in the career of Sarray. There we go. Is this Mello? Swish, swish. This man thinks he's got a date with Ollie J. I'm looking on Twitter, and apparently people think Cameron Grimes has got a chance. Two years he's been in NXT, but what has he done? I like this. I like this. This is quite good. So they're building up Carmelo, and they're making Carmelo, like, seem like a big deal. I mean, he is, but he has been overshadowed by a few others, in my opinion. But this is a good little... This is good. This is building him up. Carmelo said he's talented, but he's talented over there. I'm talented on top. If you do business with the A-champ, you become relevant. Right. This is called back to the movie Barbershop. Ah, is it a connection to that as well? I liked it, yeah, it's good. North American Championship, Carmelo Hayes against Cameron Grimes. I mean, if you didn't watch NXT and you just watched this for the first time, you know, I think that video package would make Carmelo look like a big deal, and you'd be like, okay, he's competing next week. I'd be down for watching him. And he's a good wrestler as well, so. Here's Indi. Why would Duke wish me good luck next week? Does she always have to walk around with that flower? Dexter or your old friend Duke Hudson. They're trying to stir the pot there, aren't they? They're trying to stir the pot between Indi and Duke and Dexter. I wonder if Duke and Dexter will end up like having a match because of Indi. I wonder if that's where that's going. Feels that way, doesn't it? A lot of screaming, shouting. Picture of Indi and Duke on the floor. Olympic update. Chloe Kim got first in her qualifying. Schifrin's qualifying for the night is coming up. Who's the next main roster name that never appeared on NXT that you want to see on NXT? Who's the next main roster name that never appeared in NXT that you'd like to see in NXT? Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's the first comes to mind. Oh, at mine, Kofi. Who feels like... I'm trying to think if there's anyone that we like that's never been in, like, that's been overlooked. Dolph's a big one, isn't he, really? Because he's been around so long, but now he just doesn't feel very relevant. He's just in Dirty Dogs. But giving him a spotlight here, and you go, oh, God, I remember this version of Dolph. I remember when Dolph used to be a solo star that used to be, like, given actually something credible to do, and he's really good. So I really like them using Dolph that way. But I'm trying to think if there's like any... I can't see Brock going down there, but I mean, yeah, fair play. Orton. AJ. What time are you planning on streaming Olympics till tonight? I never really have a plan, to be honest. I always try to do as really as much as possible, but it's not really worth doing if what's on at the Olympics is just not engaging, you know. So we'll probably do a good. Well, we'll do 4 hours, and then we'll see where we get to. But there is another football game tomorrow, so it definitely isn't going to be like a 12-hour one or anything. But I want to make sure that we're representing. There's not much in the way of medals. Actually, looks a relatively quiet night tonight. I'm just having a look at it now, and there's stuff for us to watch, so we can definitely do it. But it does look relatively quiet. At 3:48, that's good. We can, because that'll give us something to go to. There's freestyle skiing medals. So we do have medals at 3:48. That's about half an hour after we'll go to it. 5:45, we've got alpine skiing, the women's slalom. Those medals as well. So there's a few bits tonight. But unfortunately, there's no curling. Well, curling is, but it's late. There's no early curling, or have we already missed it? No, there was no early curling. There's no bobsled yet. There's no, curling. That's been a big thing we've been watching. The ice hockey is Russia versus Switzerland. So it actually seems like out of all the days, this is quite a one. But there'll still be some stuff to look at in like half an hour after we go to it, freestyle skiing for the medals. So we can watch that. And then there's some snowboarding. Oh, I just got excited then. I saw the skeleton, but it's training. Oh, stupid training. Dave said the idea is main roster names that never appeared will make appearances. Orton appeared in NXT in 2013 and 2014. Kyle said snowboard racing with 4 at a time is tonight. Oh, is it? Is it? Oh, God, I'm going to love that. Okay, I'll look forward to that. That'll be good. Goldberg is retiring. No new contract. Yay! Yes, 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 yes. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Na, 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Michaela Sheffrin has missed the gate. She is done. Michaela slid out again. Sheffrin? Oh, that's got to hurt, man, because she botched the other day, and they were like, oh, well, she'll have other opportunities. I think she's got 3 that she's competing in, so... Oh. Jennifer, hello, hello, hello. Hello, my friends. I opted to skip out on NXT, but I couldn't skip out on you. I had to stop by to make sure that we are all doing well. Jennifer, I hope you're well. I hope Lorelei is well. Big shout out to you. NXT is all right tonight, you know. NXT is all right. We've got this woman again, and we're just seeing her. She was the singer. I had to learn to defend myself. People used to break into the van. Eventually, I was the one picking the fights. Better watch out for this Lion's Roar. Nikita Lyons. Well, that's fun, isn't it? OHS. We do have a troll. Right, we've got, is it Baxter? I can't remember their names. Oh, yeah, here's the one that's trying to flirt with Kayden. How did they not see them? They were literally just stood over there. More the merrier. Okay. I thought Goldberg agreed to retire after his last match. I leave for 2 minutes and a troll appeared. I've banned the troll. I love Kacy, says Dave. Okay. Right, we've got MSK. That was a bit rubbish. Jensen and Briggs' gimmick is not working. No. And the guy can't perform it very well. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not bout it. Right, MSK and who are they facing? They're facing Inoue and Blade. There we go. Do you think there'll be any surprises on the Raw and SmackDown after Mania since there is a crowd? Yes. Jonah said Sheffren fell in the same way she did last time, and she is still sitting on the side of the course by herself. Those were her 2 best events. Speechless. It's not something not right, isn't there? I mean, there's something that she's struggling with for some reason. I mean, it must be so hard. Like, you probably couldn't help yourself from thinking, you know, that you could be leaving with a medal of some kind. And now she's got nothing. Bless me. Legend contract. If Goldberg gets that, I bet he'll be a GM or something. LMK chooses me, I hope. What's that for? William, I know she will. What are you on about? What have you done now? What have you done? Who is your favourite from the Wrestling Escape Pod? This poor girl. She ain't got a clue what you're on about. I'm gonna tag it. Vote now. I voted for you. Do you think wrestling has improved so far this year compared to the past 2 years? I would say that we've taken some steps forward, yes. I mean, first of all, the full year. So far this year, we've had crowds, which is definitely an improvement on 2020. I know that 2020 did at the start of the year, but we didn't. I mean, as soon as we hit March, that was it. So we had to do 9 months without crowds. So hopefully we don't have that this year. But, yeah, so far so good. We've had crowds. I think that the Roman story is still very engaging. We've obviously had Brock come back. We've had Ronda come back. I thought that day one was a pretty good event. I thought that the Rumble was about a 7.5. The Rumble match itself was underwhelming, but at least WWE know that. But I thought the Rumble event as a whole was fine, good. I'd say good. I thought the women's Rumble was good, and Seth coming out in like Shield attire, I thought that was good. I don't mind like the talking segments on Raw and SmackDown. I don't mind those bits. It doesn't have to just be nothing but wrestling. I'm all right with like entertainment segments. It's just, can they please be good entertainment segments? And I do think like things like what they've done with RK Bro has not been great this year. But we've had a couple of good matches. I think NXT's been really good tonight. I don't think we've taken drastic steps forward, but I think we've taken steps forward. So, do you think Brock is done at Mania and goes away for a while? Do I think Brock is done at Mania and goes away for a while? Maybe. I think he's meant to be around for a little bit, though. He might go away till, like, SummerSlam or something, so. I honestly think Tommy and LMK are dating. I don't have any proof that it's pure speculation. Kicks coming in by MSK. And MSK back in the corner. Nice drop kick. When is the next GB curling on? I think we have got some GB curling coming up. It shouldn't be too long because we've got the women and the men in action. We are at commercial break, by the way. We are at commercial break. Lesbian back in prison said this prison allows inmates to use tablets. So I can tune in and watch Sanga on NXT and chat along with new friends. Amazing. It's good that prisons allow that. So, yeah, we are at commercial break. We've got 25 minutes to go. 25 minutes to go. So, MSK should win this. Creed Brothers versus MSK would be a good final. It would be a good final. I would enjoy that. And I think, didn't MSK win it last year? I can't remember if MSK won it last year, but that would mean that it would be the champions last year, which I think they were, against the Creeds. And I think I would probably go with the Creeds winning it all, to be honest. I live dangerously by supporting my own thoughts and encouraging some of Lorelei's, says Jennifer. Look what Triple H tweeted. I saw, yeah, he said, is this a wrestle vote? It's very good. William Hensey sent a little poll out saying, who's your favourite member of the Wrestling Escape Pod? Is it Days, Tommy, or me? And it was posted by William. And Tommy's just tagged on going, Days, is this an official wrestle votes poll? Very good. Very good. Who will be the first AEW to WWE jump? We've had it, haven't we? That Ben Carter will go down in the history as the first. I think he was the first. Men's freestyle skiing big air final has been rescheduled. No! Have you seen the arena AEW are in tomorrow? The arena looks like a proper throwback. It's an actual ballroom. It's going to look good tomorrow. That'll be good. Wrestling should be in different venues like that. I'm tired of seeing the same arenas week after week after week after week. So that'd be good. William, did we get an answer as to why you so drastically wanted to know why we don't see the Olympic Village? Don't know if you actually fired in, like what inspired you to ask. Is there a conspiracy or something that I'm not aware of? He wasn't signed for AEW. He just appeared on Dark. Well, he must have had a contract with AEW to have been on Dark. There must have been an appearance contract. He must have signed something. I don't believe he just went on TV with no contract. So, technically... Blair Davenport was the first woman to jump from AEW to WWE. What are the chances of Keith Lee joining AEW? He will come in a bundle with... A bundle! If you buy a Keith Lee, you get a Mia Yim free. A bundle deal. I remember WCW used to put on shows at college which had a swimming pool outside. We are back from commercial. We've still got a women's title match, so we can't be taking too long here, can we? Is your Wi-Fi better? My Wi-Fi's holding up pretty good tonight. Right, we got MSK in the corner. Double knees. Slingshot. Kick. Double stomp. One. It's the 1 count. He gets thrown out the ring. Up over the top, comes crashing down. 1, 2, kick out. That was close. That was really close. Days, I am watching NXT 2.0. There is an overrun like usual. Yeah, it's still... Well, I suppose they do still have, 28 minutes or so? 28 minutes? So I suppose that's a bit of time. Anofi. Splash, and he lands it. 1, 2. Oh, kick out. WWF In Your House was like that. Good tag team maneuver. Going over, gets put onto the outside, dumped to the outside. What do you think about Brian Cage making the jump from AEW to WWE? I don't really find him very charismatic, to be honest. So I wouldn't be crazy about it. He's got a good look, which might be all Vince cares about. But it doesn't really do it for me. MSK have got the win. There was some kids that I think were doing that. That must be the hand signal. MSK. MSK. I decided to sell my vacuum cleaner. It was just gathering dust. Do you think Hangman's title run is flat? It's still quite early, so I wouldn't worry about it. But I think it'll be all right. His matches with Bryan Danielson were very good, so I wouldn't say they were flat. So I think it's early, and I think that he needs a feud, but what he did with Bryan Danielson was excellent. When athletes get to the village, they start hooking up almost immediately. They do not allow anything until after events, but doing stuff in the village could explain failed performances. Is that why you want to see in the athletes' village? Is that what it is? Creed Brothers, MSK, Vengeance Day, next week. Here's Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes said, "It's no secret that I come from humble beginnings." I came out the other side. So we're seeing Cameron Grimes. Little video package as we're hyping up that NXT North American Championship match. North American Championship match. I want to have live feeds so that we can chat online with athletes, maybe share Insta photos. This is the life in the village. What was more useful invention, the first telephone, the second telephone? The first one was somewhat useless before that. That's true, but wouldn't both be like invented at the same time? Then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Mandy Rose, Kaylee Ray up next. NXT Women's Championship match. Mandy Rose versus Kaylee Ray. Coming up next. It's called Atlantic City Boardwalk. If you want to have a look, I would like to see your thoughts on the venue. Atlantic City what? Boardwalk Hall. Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall. Images. I'll tell you my thoughts. My thoughts are, it looks amazing, but when you've got a hard cam, is it gonna look amazing? Sadly, the sides look a little bit normal. That would be my only concern. So that's what the place looks like. Right, so the ceiling looks incredible. The end looks amazing with the entrance stage, and I'm sure you could like keep those so it looks, different. So the entrance stage could look really great, and any shots like this where you've got the ring in and you can see the crowd, like the wide shots, they could look great. But sadly, when you've actually got a match going and you've got a hard cam, I don't know that it's going to look that great because, like, if you actually look at it. It's like just normal seats, and it's tiered. So you put people in there, and it's gonna look largely just like a normal venue. So my thoughts are that it's a great looking building. It's different, but the hard cam might make it look like I don't want to say like any other venue. I'm sure even with the hard cam it'll look a bit different, but largely the same. But the wide shots are going to be great, and the staging's going to look great. And it's a cool looking space. We'll see how they do it. I might see how they do it. Don't really know what you could do to make it feel different. Unless you put the hard cam a different way round and you actually have the hard cam opposite the entrance stage. But then you cut out all the reactions of the people in the background, which I think would be a problem. We'll see. We'll see. That's the place where Mania 4 and 5 took place. Surely not. Surely not. Is it? It doesn't feel big enough. If that's where WrestleMania 4 and 5 took place, it feels small. Then I mean, I don't think it is, to be honest. But then saying that, I suppose if you did come out at the top, I just remember like the walkway was so long down to the ring. It was a really long walkway. It's called a bingo hall. I want to have a look, see where it was. I know it was apparently at Trump Plaza or whatever, but it wasn't. They just said it was. But Trump Plaza was actually full. Or Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. Is that the same venue? Yeah? Have they redone it or something? Because it really does not feel big enough from the pictures I'm looking at. Wow. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. I'd like to look at that a little bit more. I love WrestleMania 5. It's the first WrestleMania that I ever saw. Yeah, no way. No way would I say that was a big enough venue. So, Dynamite's coming from the same venue as WrestleMania 4 and 5 tomorrow. That's really cool. That's really cool. Will Resident Alien debut? Sure. Here's Dakota. Here's Wendy Chu. Not as easy as it looks, is it? Says Wendy. She takes the bags, walks away. What's my problem? I don't know. MSK, Creed Brothers next week. It was. The attendance was only 19,000. If it's anything like Raw, it won't matter where it comes from, as it always looks the same on TV. Maybe the building got renovated. Maybe. Maybe. Next week, Cameron Grimes against Carmelo Hayes. So, Impact is streaming TNA pay-per-views on YouTube. Don't know. Weaponized steel cage match next week. So, we're going into the overrun. 9 minutes away from the overrun. We got about 17 minutes to go. There is Bron Breakker, Santos Escobar. They've really stacked next week, haven't they? Next week's Vengeance Day is stacked. Right, there's Kaylee Ray. She's got the bat. Right now, we are all focused on what we are about to witness. There's Mandy Rose. Toxic Attraction getting beaten up by Indi and Persia. Mandy has been told she's got to go to the ring. So there's a brawl. Here's Kaylee Ray. Astrid and Lily. Oh, is that what Lily's doing now? Astrid and Lily save the world. All new episodes on a Wednesday. Tune in to Resident Alien and Astrid and Lily. Only on Sci-Fi. Come on, Kaylee. Was that fit? I didn't know, to be honest. It looked... could have been. Beast and the Beauty. Toxic Attraction. Here is Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose. WrestleMania 4 was at the Atlantic Convention Hall. WrestleMania 5 was at the Atlantic Boardwalk, says Al Siney. That might be a naming thing, to be honest. Mandy Rose. I'm interested to see this match, see how it goes. If you had to say who you think the free agent would be, who would you say? Keith Lee. Keith Lee, or although Wyndham would be... Wyndham would get... a massive reaction. Kaylee Ray getting introduced. Here we go. Last time Sci-Fi had a wrestling show, a zombie was on it. That's true. I forgot that used to be on this channel. Well, not that I'm watching that channel, but EC Dub TV was on Sci-Fi. Remember the Mandy Rose Dolph Ziggler storyline? Pepper Ridge Farm remembers, and now they're in NXT together, says Eric. Big chop coming in by Kaylee Ray, who gets off to a flying start. Big slap. Big slap by Mandy. Thez press by Mandy Rose. Throws in some big strikes on Kaylee Ray. Mandy Rose going over. Clothesline. Mandy Rose goes down. Kaylee Ray grabbing Mandy Rose. Big strike. And again, Women's Championship on the line. Surprised they didn't save this for next week, but I suppose they feel they've probably got enough next week. DDT by Kaylee Ray. 1, 2, kick out. If Kaylee Ray wins, Mandy Rose will demand a rematch at Vengeance Day. You think they could go that way? Ciampa versus Ziggler on Raw, the announcers just say. Really? Is that a match made for Raw? Ciampa on Raw next week? That'll be cool. Suicide dive by Kaylee Ray. I wonder what that side looks like now. I'd be interested to see what it looked like on the hard cam side. Because there used to be, like, stand there, but I don't know how much room there was. And I'm just wondering if they've kind of got rid of it a little bit now. Because now the commentary table's over there, isn't it? You don't actually see the commentary table anymore. Wow. Mandy Rose grabbing Kaylee Ray, hurling her back into that middle turnbuckle. Smashing Kaylee Ray against that turnbuckle repeatedly. Bang. This is the suite for next week's main attraction. Who do you think wins between the Creed brothers and MSK? I think it'll be the Creeds. I think it'll be the Creeds as well. Yeah, I'm going to go Creeds. Against ropes goes Mandy, ducks underneath, picks up spinebuster to Kaylee Ray. 1, 2, kick out. Mandy needs hypnotizing pasties. Okay. The Atlantic Boardwalk is the same venue as when Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. They just might have changed the name over time, says Daniel. James said, have you seen the original Bossman in 2K22? I did, yes. That was good. I did. I was quite surprised at the lack of legends, though. I just managed to watch the legends reveal. There was about 4 or 5. I think it was like Bossman China, Macho Man, Booker T, maybe. I don't know if there's going to be more announced. Knee straight to the midsection by Mandy. Toxic Attraction going to the main roster sooner than later, says Chance for 27. Commentary table is where the USA executives and the wheelchair people would sit. I'd like to see over on that side, because it's not the same as the other sides, is it, with like a big stand? But there was room for people to be there. But as you said, that's probably where wheelchair people... disabled people go. Straight to the midsection by Kaylee Ray. Mandy Rose with a big clubbing blow to the back of Kaylee Ray. She's got a good stretch applied here to Kaylee Ray. Elbow to the midsection. And again by Mandy Rose, really pulling back and stretching out Kaylee Ray. Crowd are great. Crowd are really passionate. It's a nice wide shot, that is. And I like the screens with the people on as well. It does make it more full. Feel more full. Clothesline. Mandy goes down. Jonathan Farthing, shout out to you. Spinning around in his chair again. AEW fan said, to be fair, all the legends went to AEW. That's true. That's true. Those are the only legends WWE have got left. You're absolutely right. Jonathan Farthing, I hope you are enjoying the action so far. As Mandy Rose comes crashing down. Kaylee Ray onto Mandy Rose, shoulder up. Orton sent all the legends to AEW. The Legend Mover. The Legend Mover. I like that. That's like if you're moving... If you're a legend and you're moving home, call Randy Orton. He's the Legend Mover. He could do that when he retires. Oh, Mandy is up. She rolls through, though. 1, 2. Kick out by Kaylee Ray. The crowds are passionate for mediocre matches every week in NXT, says Real. I'm not surprised no one has mentioned the orange shirt guy trying to be green shirt guy. Is there an orange shirt guy? Oh, yeah, in the front row. And he's got a hat. Well spotted. Orange shirt guy. Mandy Rose slammed down. Kick, roll up by Mandy. 2. Super kick by Kaylee Ray. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Yeah, I mean, this match is okay. Mandy is missing an eyelash. Mandy is bleeding. Guys, all going wrong for Mandy. After all these years, Orton actually killed all the legends off. Kaylee Ray going up top. Perched. Who is that? Is that Jacey Jayne? Jacey Jayne distracting. Knee strike by Mandy Rose. 1, 2, 3. It's a disappointing main event. Right, well, there we go. Jacey Jayne has got the green baseball bat. Oh. She just went to swing to hit the referee. Mandy Rose has got the baseball bat. EO? Yeah, EO. So she's going to select Kaylee Ray to be her partner. Swing and a miss by... I like the open palm. Open palm strike. EO and Kaylee Ray going after the tag titles in the Dusty. I wonder if they'll win it. EO and Kaylee Ray. And then we get EO Kaylee Ray against Toxic Attraction. EO is here. I was disappointed in the potential of that. An underwhelming ending. I agree. I agree. Kaylee Ray has got Mandy Rose up. Plants her down. I feel like we still got like quite a bit of time left. To 10, 7 to 7 5. Six to 6 7 5. There's a former WCW and WWE Hall of Famer showing up in MLW this week or next week. Right, get in your scores. I need to get these scores in and then go. I must admit, I had this at probably a half-time score, about a 7. I think it's probably ended up dying down a bit. I don't think it could maintain that. So I don't think this was worse than Raw. I really enjoyed that Dolph Ziggler segment. So I'll probably say it's about the same. It's still a very enjoyable, very watchable NXT, but it probably just couldn't maintain where I was at the halftime score. I thought the second hour was, I don't know when. I can't remember. Well, I think actually that Dolph segment took us from hour 1 to hour 2, but the stuff that came after that was not as good. So 6.5 for me. As soon as we get to 100 votes, we will end the poll. I will run away. I want to quickly grab something to eat. We will be live with the Winter Olympics in about 10 to 50. Yeah, about 10 minutes. It'll take me about 10 minutes to change things over. I hope EO never goes to the main roster, says Jilly. Vince doesn't know what to do with Asians. He'll put her in a tag team with Asuka and then book them 50-50, making them mid. Becky ripoff with orange hair. What is EO's tag partner called? Well, I'm guessing she's going to pick Kaylee Ray. Guessing. Nick said 10 out of 10. Worst show ever. AEW fan said that was a Monday Night Raw finish. Common Live said, I give NXT an 8 out of 10. What channel do you watch Raw NXT? I watch Raw and NXT on Sci-Fi because Winter Olympics are on. I watch it on BT Sport. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 tonight, but just BT Sport. They don't have the Winter Olympics, so it doesn't get in the way. William, see you around. We will be doing Winter Olympics, as we said. That'll be in about 10 minutes' time. Get you a coffee. I might get a coffee, actually. That's a good shout. I might get a coffee. I want food. I haven't eaten for about 14 hours now. So that's my priority. I want to get this changed over. Get some... probably just get some tuna and rice or something. So I'm going to go and do that. 95... That will 98. We can do it. 2 more votes. 2 more votes. John said Nikita Lyons could be good. There we go. Boom. Boom. So here is the poll. So 7 to 7.75, 36%. 6 to 6.75, 31%. 8 to 10, 21%, 5.75 below 10%. So 36 people said 7 to 7.75, 31 said 6 to 6.75, 21 said 8 to 10, 10 people said 5.75 or below. So seems like people by and large enjoyed this episode. I certainly thought it was one of the better episodes of NXT 2.0, but nothing is going to match what we get next week. That is a stacked card, isn't it, next week? So very much looking forward to next week. So awesome, guys. Right, I'm off. Don't forget, we are back with Winter Olympics on the Football Days channel in about 10 to 15 minutes time. So I will see you, or some of you, over there. Bye for now.